especially this is our guy right here, his 5th fight, which is the, for most people consider that to be the minimum. And a statement win like this will give you a lot of confidence, going into your pro career. But you've got this guy surging with a lot of momentum, 2-0 in 2023. Let's see what he does at start off 2024.
J.R. Banks runs right out and takes over the middle. Long straight left to Barnhardt. Good composed.
Right under that left.
Barnhardt very composed and balanced with his striking. J.R. Banks, lots of movement, lots of bouncing.
Banks has never faced an opponent with this level of experience.
Lots of level changes and side-to-side movement, trying to crack the code of Barnhardt. He did a smart thing by making sure he was on his way down, and he popped out of the guillotine before he went to his
I agree. I was waiting to see if that would happen, and he did that beautifully, showing a good bit of experience in that realm.
Some guys get in a rush to make that slam and leave themselves in the guillotine on the way down. But Barnhardt looks cool, calm, and composed.
It can almost make it worse when that happens. You can lock yourself in deeper.
And expend energy doing it.
And JR, watch where his head's at. His head is doing a great job of pressing the other guy's head, Trey, into the fence.
Yeah, twisting him off, making him uncomfortable. You have no power when your head's turned and twisted like that. You have no strength.
It's like the opposite of a can opener.
Can closer.
The can closer, yeah, the sealer.
The closer.
Yeah, and now he's got a single sumigashi hook, a butterfly hook right there on the far side, and he's not working an overhook or anything, so it's not like he can use it.
Oh, dirty boxing, beating him up, old school MMA style. One hand on the back of the head and tons of uppercuts.
It's one of the reasons why you can't really technical stand up against the wall like that. You're still gonna get punched. You got to wall walk up backwards.
J.R. Banks hunting this guy down, stalking forward.
Yes.
Hands high, head movement, level changes, little side-to-side movement. Barnhardt, long and accurate with that left hand.
JR is just
Big
really,
left kick to Barnhardt.
he's really quick. When he decides to go, he goes really fast.
Yeah, look for him. The takedown worked well for him. Look for him to do that again.
He's quite high commitment though. He doesn't do anything kind of halfly or with any kind of hesitation, which can be a good thing and a bad thing.
Barnhardt putting good combinations together, right hand, left hand, and low kick. As Banks looks for an opportunity, whether it's to strike or grapple remains to be seen. We've seen a
nice, beautiful level change there. That was smooth operator.
And kept his neck safe.
Yep, kept his head on the inside this time.
Barnhardt, calm, cool, composed, fighting the hands, keeping the posture broken down.
Gonna try to hold on to this overhook and keep him down. Double overs now. It's gonna be tough for him to break this before the round's over.
That takedown was so well timed, it was silent.
Yeah.
It was quiet.
Yeah, there was zero energy used. When you catch a guy, this is a drill that I see a lot of coaches do. They have a poke the bear kind of drill, a tit for tat drill, but you're trying to catch the guy as he opens up for a shot with a takedown. So, you tag him with a jab, he answers back with a jab, and then like a big shot, like a hook or an overhand, and you time your entry right at that moment where he's loaded up, because he just will fall over at the slightest push.
They take themselves down at that point.
Exactly, yeah. Their weight is just distributed in a way where they're just very unstable.
And also, in the replay, J.R. Banks was using a very obvious, big, visible level change. He was changing his level over and over and over again, as if to avoid strikes. I level change in front of you, if I level change in front of you, if I level change in front of you. And then when I actually shoot, you almost underreact, because you've seen the level change 3 or 4 times, nothing happened.
Right.
He's able to drop right in front of him, and Barnhardt not react in time. J.R. Banks skipping into a low kick and then a body kick. Open stance.
Nice entry again with this level change. He floats over. He's about halfway through this pass now. He can shin pin here and step high. Looks like he's going to hook the back leg and pass. This is like a wrestler style pass.
Barnhardt fighting to retain his guard.
Yeah, he's actually done a really good job of re-straightening the posture. Like, he started out parallel to him, now he's full on with him, so he's actually got a nice little look at a crunch arm lock here if he can straighten that arm, but He can't lock around the shoulder. He's got to lock around the elbow. Looks like he's trying to work for it now.
Barnhardt very calm, cool, and collected when he's on bottom. He doesn't seem worried about this position or situation. Climbing his legs up high.
Yep, this is a nice look here. This is one of the best looks he's had so far, but JR seems to be very aware here.
It looks like Barnhardt's very strong and active with his legs, climbing them up high.
Yeah, when you're built like him, that's like one of the things that your coach is going to lean you into. Now he's working a bit of rubber guard here.
And punching him in the side of the head with it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good position to punch from. If you're not familiar with how to posture up from rubber guard, this can feel very oppressive.
He's forcing him to put that arm in jeopardy.
He's going to what they call New York now in the rubber guard system.
In order to defend those strikes, JR Banks has to put his arm in jeopardy.
Now he's looking over for this. He's looking over for this lock, but it looks like Banks is going to get out. Oh, he's trapped under the leg.
Banks.
Oh, see, now he's trying to use.
He's got the elbow through.
Yep, he's safe now. Can he get sucked back in? Yes, but it's going to be very hard. That's a good decision for the guard player. Reset and get your frames back in between you and the opposition.
Barnhardt's guard is very tricky and very dangerous.
Yeah, and look at this now. He's crawling over very nicely on a Senkaku armbar. Oh, JR catches him there clean across the face. And now he's looking at a good stack pass. Man, I tell you, JR defensively very sound as a grappler because he's doing most things just extremely correctly. So far, I haven't seen him make a solid mistake. This is a mistake right here, but it looks like it's going to pay off for him.
Yeah, I mean, Barnhardt's doing excellent from his back, but JR is not falling into any of these submissions.
I thought that triangle armbar was going to be locked in, but JR just postured his way out.
Barnhardt is making multiple attacks from different angles.
I agree. He's like chain firing, kind of like Pat Schaefer, who's fighting later tonight in his last fight. It was like submission attempt after submission attempt.
Triangle to armbar to guillotine to triangle to armbar. Oh, now you get the back, Yeah, Barnhardt's been excellent defensively from his guard.
Yeah, when he gets these double overhooks, it freezes JR. And when you have double overhooks, you can use your butterfly hook. Oh, man. He wants that ground and pound. And he's usually getting one shot in those exchanges, at least one clean shot. So far, so good for JR. He is keeping, I feel like he's probably a former wrestler because he's keeping his head very low during a lot of the grappling until the submission threat comes. If the submission threat is slow enough to where you see it coming and you can like posture then, great. But if he's fast and latches him up quick while his posture is really low like that, there's a couple of precarious spots that he found himself in. Luckily, he was able to fight out and do the correct defenses.
Yeah, Barnhardt does use it's a varied and it's a dynamic guard, but he used a slower, more methodical approach. He was attacking submissions, but he wasn't doing it explosively. He was working his legs into position.
Yeah.
I guess
like a jiu-jitsu guy would do.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, one of the biggest principles I try to impart on people that I'm teaching is like you can't rush things in jiu-jitsu, but you need to rush things sometimes in MMA. You need to like make statements on rounds, and you have a more limited time to score and a more limited time to be impactful with your grappling.
Yeah, it's in the 10-minute pride round.
70% of all televised fight time is striking. So like you can't, overlook that.
JR Banks with a high, tight guard, pumps his hands and throws the right body kick. Looks for a low kick.
A beautiful shot there. Again, he catches him loading up on that hook.
Barnhart doesn't really seem to be fighting that way.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, he has been a little successful from here. This may be where he's comfortable at in the gym.
Looks for a little bit of that rubber guard.
Rubber guard's a whole different weapon when you're allowed to elbow. If this is a weapon for Barnhart that he likes, when he does go pro, whether it's after this fight or another, I can foresee him being very deadly with the rubber guard and the elbows.
Yeah, especially with that long, lean.
Now he's on a Kimura.
With his legs in play, too.
Now he's switching off to the arm.
JR Banks' corner told me he has to stay busy on top because they realize that Barnhart is fighting back.
He's got to pass high also. I think if he passed high, he'd have no trouble from the guard. All of the attacks that come when he's broken his own posture or given an overhook to Barnhart.
And now it looks like Barnhart's going to successfully defend one, but it was kind of a half-hearted attempt. You mentioned earlier how JR Banks wasn't there's no half measures. He was committing to everything he was doing. he didn't really commit to that takedown attempt, and we've ended up.
Well, now he's a little bit more tired.
Yeah.
I believe is the key to that equation.
Oh, I'm well aware that it's easy for me to say that sitting over here. Now J.R. Banks looks content to
double unders for Barnhardt. This could be good for him in a second. He really needs to pick up on the gas, though, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's going to try to feed to a Kimura here, but it's too late. The hand's already locked.
Yeah, J.R. Banks kind of
his hands trapped now.
Right and left, throw a little knee to the inside of the thigh.
That was very precarious.
That's pretty close.
And then another one, and Dale is watching that with an owl eye.
But unable to, secure that perfect position on the end of the takedown.
Yeah,
Barnhardt's so good at defending.
Still in the guard, and he actually passes into full guard, which, if he does lose this fight, it's going to be from this position.
Barnhardt seems to concede that the takedown is happening and store up that landing position and just fight from there.
Yeah, that's a real all-in style of poker playing, though. You're banking on the fact that you can finish this guy in 50 seconds. From bottom, while he's punching you, right?
Getting a little warning about a little hammer fist to the back of the head there. Because J.R. Banks is carrying his face and not giving him anything to hit. Big shots from the top, though.
See, now he's passing with posture. Now he's putting pressure on with posture.
Got to look out for the upkick. Barnhardt
keeping hip height, head height. Oh, nice knee cut on the way in. See, now he can put his head down safely because he's over the legs. Very good fight for J.R. Banks and Trey Barnhardt, and a good test for J.R. I think J.R. is ready now for an even higher level of competition, and I think he'll probably stay undefeated after this one.
I would like to see 2 more rounds of that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that either, my friend.
That was some good jiu-jitsu, too. And they managed to make it entertaining. Mm-hmm. You know me, I'm like kind of a jiu-jitsu hater. That was interesting and entertaining to me.
Yeah, that was like a wrestling style top game versus a jiu-jitsu bottom game, which is always interesting to see. And then when the wrestler is allowed to also throw punches, it tends to be a separating factor, in my opinion. But like I said, as a pro where you can use those elbows, that full guard position and that rubber guard position, the overhooks, they all matter way more.
After you said it, I saw so many opportunities where he's like got him in danger, and he's got his posture broken, he's turning him, he's twisting him. Barnhardt's on his back, but he really is controlling kind of what the situation and what the position is.
And his only option is a short punch.
Right.
Like a very short punch.
But if he could cut him with those elbows on those long, skinny arms of his.
Yeah, if you watch Tony Ferguson, he's really good at it. Yeah, and some of the guys like, what was the guy they called the Killer Bee? The MMA fighter, not Taylor Starling. Ben Saunders. He was a very good user of rubber guard in MMA, and he constantly would use the elbows from there.
Elbows to bottom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your decision is in your winner, fighting out of the red corner, J.R. Banks.
And it was a very even fight. That's just won by being on top, measured a little. It weighs a little heavier than being on bottom.
Yeah, certainly. If there's nothing else, if there's not much else going on in the round.
It was very even other than that.
I agree that they were a little bit more even on the feet, but it was the wrestling and the beauty and the quickness of the level changes for JR, which is why I would assume he has a bit of a wrestling background, just because his level changes look way more natural than most MMA-only guys that I see.
That was an excellent, very good, high-level technical fight. But next up, we got some heavy boys. It doesn't even have a weight on our sheet.
Heavy.
It just says
God only
heavy.
knows what these two men weighed in at.